What up? I'm JWADI, repping Music Coast here in Dallas at the Reggae Festival. Glad to be here.
Right on, man. And can you share the story of your transition from South Carolina to Santa Barbara, California, and how this move has influenced your music and your artistic vision?
I moved. I've been in a halfway house and in rehab for almost a year, and my girlfriend lives in Santa Barbara, so it was a natural move. And I don't know, it's a beautiful place to write. I mean, it's free therapy out there, so it's a beautiful place to write. And I'm still getting acclimated. I've only been there for a few months, but I love it. I'm not going back to South Carolina, that's for sure. Love it, but not going back. So yeah, man, I'm just there, just trying to start over again.
Right on. And is your music described as a blend of reggae, rock, and indie? What led you to fuse these particular genres, and how does it balance the distinct elements in your sound?
Man, I don't know how to answer that. I think I listen to everything, and I don't really have any objectives when I'm writing. It's just sort of, whatever just comes out of me comes out. It happens to be influenced by a hodgepodge of things. So yeah, I just kind of let the workflow and let the course kind of go its natural way, Yeah.
And as a storyteller through music, what themes or messages are most important to you to convey in your songs?
Ooh, I don't know how to quite answer that. I think, I'm constantly, for lack of a better word, soul searching. So I guess my little tidbits of my story and my travel log, so to speak, just come out in my songs. So I think the message of it all, I don't really know what that is. I just kind of just write what comes out. No real intention to I just want to write stuff, and it just what pours out of me.
It's like life experiences and what's happening in the moment.
What's happening, whatever sort of comes through my brain and my hands and mouth are allowed to sort of filter through. It's what comes out,
Yeah, definitely. And your music characterized by transcending traditional genre boundaries. Can you talk about the specific moment or song where this fusion of styles most vividly comes to life? Basically,
probably when I heard the Breeders.
Okay.
A song called "One Divine Hammer" by the Breeders, and then right around that time I was listening to them, and I've always been into that kind of alternative music. And I've always loved reggae, and sort of I just haphazardly, I guess, some of those alternative styles and the indie sort of stuff. I mean, you can't help but to perform or to write or be a product of what you absorb, and I absorb all of those things. So I guess that's what comes out,
And who are your biggest music influences that you would say that created this sound or influenced you to even be an artist?
The Police. The Police for sure. A band called the Lemonheads. And a lot of the older Bob Marley stuff. But a lot of alternative reggae, alternative rock, a lot of Motown, a little bit of everything, man. I'm all over the place.
Saying OTEP and stuff, it's real specific to me, man. Oh, man. I love it, and I do hear that through your songs, actually, which is real cool.
Right on.
So, in the process of your songwriting, can you vary, what the process is for you? Like, how do you start and finish a track when you're writing it?
I'm very last minute. I write all the music. I get the idea for the music, and these days, lately, now that I'm sober, so my styles are a little, my workflow is different. But for the most part, I write pretty much the instrumental stuff, and all the lyrics come out when I'm in the studio, like when I'm in the booth. I like to sort of pressure myself like that. So I do a lot of pre-production at my house in my home studio, and then I take it to another studio. And when it's time to write vocals, I sort of just lock myself in the booth for an hour and write it. Whatever comes out is what goes on wax.
So has being sober now changed your songwriting at all, or basically what you're listening to on the offset of your daily life?
No, I think what I'm writing, I think, is I don't think I'm developed enough in my sobriety to answer that. Other than, my brain's a little different now because I've had to rewire it, and because of that, I think I'm writing a little bit more. I'm sort of more aware of what's going on and what I'm writing, as opposed to being sort of haphazard about it. So I think it's made me a little more serious about my art, my craft.
Okay. And performing live is a unique experience in its own set of challenges and rewards. Can you share any memorable live performances that you've had?
Unfortunately, I don't remember any of them because I was drunk. However, today was good. I've been on tour with Alberosi and Fire for the past week, playing some great venues. I've had some memorable experiences in my life. However, none really noteworthy enough. I'm trying to create new ones.
Fuck yeah, man. And with your unique blend of reggae and rock, how do you engage and connect to a diverse audience like that?
Man, I can talk to anybody, and it's always been that way. That's about as easy as answer I can get, man. I don't, I think, it's a universal thing, right? It's a universal language, and I respect that. So, yeah. I'm not sure if that answered the question, but
no, that answers it pretty well, brother. And the music industry is constantly evolving, especially with the rise of streaming platforms and social media. How has this landscape affected your approach in sharing and promoting your music?
It hasn't, because this is the first time I've ever done this solo before. So, how the business, so to speak, works. I'm learning all that. I'm starting from scratch. Everything in my life right now is blank canvas, starting from zero. So I'm learning as I go. So, just navigating it the best I can.
Okay. And looking ahead, are there any new projects, collaborations, directions, or anything that you're particularly excited about?
I'm excited. I'm starting my new record. I don't know when it's going to be out, but I'm constantly writing. I have some collaborations in the works with some people. I'm not going to mention anybody, but I definitely like doing those things. But I'm constantly writing, so and I'm still learning to navigate myself in a sober life. So there's going to be just a hodgepodge of new music coming really soon.
Right. Well, fuck, man. Anything you want to plug before we go?
No, my record, All the Glitters, came out. My latest solo album, I did it all by myself. All my stuff's available on Spotify and Apple. You can catch me on Instagram and at JWADI Official. And I'm super blessed to be able to do this and big up some Music Coast and everybody that's giving a shit about my music. I really appreciate that.
Fuck yeah, JWADI, man. I see you going places, bro. Right on, I've been watching you and I've been following you for a while.
Right on.
Today was great.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Big ups, man. Thank you.
Big ups, brother.